Trump said he would meet Vladimir Putin in Russia and named Alaska as the location, most people thought it was a slip. But here's the twist. He wasn't entirely wrong. Because not too long ago, Alaska was part of the Russian Empire. Bought by the US in 1867, this frozen frontier has a complex past that still echoes today. So why Russia sold Alaska to US and why Trump and Putin's meeting revives this story? Well, let me take you through the details of this. I am Shivangi and you're watching India TV. Russia's story in Alaska began in the mid-1700s, not with armies but with fur traders chasing sea otters. By the 1780s, Catherine the Great granted a monopoly to the Russian-American company, giving it control over trade and governance. One man, Alexander Baranov, led the expansion. He built settlements and suppressed native resistance, especially from the Tlingit people. Russian Orthodox churches were built and cultural ties began, traces of which can still be seen today in Anchorage and on Baranov Island. But by the 1860s, Alaska had become a liability. Russia, which was weakened after the Crimean War, feared it couldn't defend the territory, especially from British naval forces. So in 1867, Russia's ambassador in Washington, Edward de Stoikel, negotiated a deal with the United States. The price was $7.2 million, which is about 2 cents for an acre. Now, as per The Guardian, Russia gained cash and avoided any conflict. The US gained a huge strategic territory and pushed back European influence in the Pacific. At that time, neither side was thrilled. In Russia, critics said the price was too low. The liberal paper Golos called it deeply angering to all true Russians. Meanwhile, in America, the press mocked it as Seward's Folly, a frozen wasteland bought by Secretary of State William H. Seward. But that changed fast. Gold was discovered in Alaska, then oil. Today, Alaska is one of the most resource-rich states in the whole United States. The state of Alaska briefly boosted US-Russia ties as well, because in 1871, Grand Duke Alexei Alexandrovich visited New York as a goodwill gesture. Fast forward to today, as Putin prepares to meet Trump in Alaska, the symbolism isn't lost. It's a reminder of how global power shifts, how land can change hands, and how history lingers, especially now when Russia's actions in Ukraine have put territorial integrity back in the spotlight. So what was once seen as a frozen mistake turned into a geopolitical win. And as Alaska hosts another historic meeting, its story reminds us that borders may move, but history never disappears. Were you aware of this information or not? Do comment and let us know, and then keep watching India TV.